This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
We are honored to have Jodi Harty joining us here. She's the owner of Elements of Wellness. She's a board-certified hormonal coach, board-certified drugless practitioner, also best-selling author. So really excited to get to know you today, hailing from beautiful Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Jill. I'm really good. I'm excited to be here and can't wait to dive in.
Me too. I've never spoken to anyone who's a board certified hormonal coach and drugless practitioner and best-selling author. So this is going to be exciting. So for those people out there today, tell us a little bit about what Elements of Wellness does provide.
Elements of Wellness believes in testing, not guessing. We know that in the coaching field, a lot of times we are guessing. And so what I do is I provide dried urine hormonal testing. I do comprehensive DNA testing for activation. And new hasn't launched yet, but here's a sneak peek. I'm actually going to be doing allergy and environmental testing as well for clients so that we can really laser in and get you customized results with our
Wow.
programs.
So like down to the cellular level, you're helping people finding out what they're lacking and providing that for them in a sense, right?
100%, but we also want your life to match because we can do all the testing. I can recommend all the supplements, but if your life is not matching what you want your health to be doing, we're going to hit a glass ceiling every single time. So it's really a comprehensive approach. And we look at like not only cellular health, but life health.
Oh my goodness, I'm excited. So again, wholeness approach here to your health. Listen up. You specialize in trauma, grief, injury recovery as well. And you mentioned in your notes, you believe that not only does your body have to be healthy to increase your healing, but also your life has to match, as you said, of how you want your body to feel. So this is awesome because it's life coaching coming on top of health, hormonal coaching, and so much more. And we're going to dive into more of this type of hormonal testing, DNA testing, and all that you provide. Really, though, first, I would love to get to know you. Tell us where you were born, and I want to find out, when you were younger, a little about your life, and then how you transferred to this beautiful adult and have this amazing career. So, give us a little of your backstory.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I was born in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. So on the coast. We moved to Quesnel, which is a little town in British Columbia. And my mom fled with us when I was about 5 years old and
Oh,
moved us to Edmonton,
wow.
where we moved around a lot as we were living in hiding. And then we met my stepdad, and what a godsend. He moved us to St. Albert, which is just outside of Edmonton. And what a blessed life that I got to live and become part of something greater. My mom became an alternative doctor in all of
Wow.
that time, and I got to help grow her business with her and learn from her.
Amazing. Wow. Well, congrats on that. And then from there, that's kind of you said that you always wanted to be a massage therapist and bring goodness to people to help with pain. So tell me how you ended up going into this field in a sense, right? And then switching over. Are you still
Yeah.
do massage therapy or
Yes and no. So in grade 9, they told me I was too little to be a massage therapist. So then I decided to do psychology, and I did 2 years of that and realized that I could not do the math. Math is not mathing for me. So I took a year off and I went back to aesthetics where it was a lot of anatomy. I wanted to approach with a holistic view. And then I realized that estheticians don't make that much here in Canada. So I became a massage therapist in 2003. From there, I really did specialize with the cervical neck and the sacral,
wow.
sacrum, which is the lower back. And it really started teaching me about chronic pain and how to manage it and how to get into recovery. And then, about 15 years into my career, I was in a head-on collision It shattered me from the hips down. It instantly killed my youngest daughter, who was 4 at the time. And I had to become my best client. I had to decide whether I was going to implement everything I knew from 1996, being in the wellness field, to 2018. And I did it. I came from the ICU and was out in the hospital in 4 months versus 10, like they predicted.
Goodness, I'm so sorry for that tragedy. Wow, and how you were able to pick yourself back up and get through that could not have been an easy task.
Recovery is for life. And that's what I tell my clients, whether it's through trauma, grief, or injury or diagnosis, you can't stop. And if you stop, then you're going to lose what you have. And if you don't start, you're going to stay exactly where you are with no changes.
Wow. Well, I commend your mom for being such a great mentor to you, right, as you were younger. And let me ask, if you don't mind, about your family life. So I'm so sorry about the tragedy where you lost your daughter. How many years ago was this?
That was 7.5 years ago. So insert re-education,
Hmm.
becoming board certified. And to answer your question, I do still have a handful of clients that refuse to see anybody else for massage. But I cannot physically do that full time anymore because my legs just cannot take it. I am titanium from the hips down, so chronic pain is a thing. But I manage it with very little to no pain management now, knowing what I know.
God bless you. Wow. You really can empathize with so many people with what they're going through with pain, with, as you mentioned, grief, injury, recovery. So thank you for sharing this. And now you took that bull by the horns, and here you are helping people just like yourself. So did you want to kind of discuss a little bit about, now how you are able to help people specifically with this testing? And I want to talk about supplements and coaching and all that too. Thank you.
Yeah, so in my recovery, I knew a lot from my 15 years of being in massage therapy. And then like I said, I started in 96. So I had a wealth of information, but I didn't know how to put it together to help
Hmm.
other people. And in my own recovery, I was crunchy. Being on pain meds was never a thing. And now here my life was, my legs didn't work. I didn't have a career anymore. My family had changed forever. My marriage was lost for a time. So really it was rebuilding from the ground up. And what I discovered in my own recovery is that when you lose a child, you instantly receive brain damage. They can see this under an MRI. And then as I built my community, I learned that people that have experienced partner betrayal get that same type of brain damage. So not only are you recovering physically with the
Wow.
injuries and the emotional and mental, but now you put in a traumatic brain injury. So then that started me down the rabbit hole. And I found a research study that they did in 2018 on military personnel. And they made the connection that traumatic brain injury causes hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalance can mimic brain injury.
Wow.
So, all those women out there that are getting diagnosed with ADHD, bipolar, manic, personality disorder, autism, right? Are we looking at everything?
Everything.
Are we
Or,
looking, right? And
hmm
we can treat the brain, but if we don't treat the hormones, we're going to be chasing and vice versa. So that actually started me down the pipeline of like, how do I get certified to do dried urine hormonal testing?
Wow. And then you did. Where did you go? Where did you go, by the
Then
way?
I so I started with Health Coach Institute,
Okay.
yay. And then I actually, Dr. Kayla Robertson was my mentor in HCI, and she ended up getting her doctorate and creating the Hormone Puzzle Society, and she became certified to teach and certify other practitioners. So that's who I went for this specific training with the hormonal testing. So that was 6 months to a year program, depending on how fast or how long you did it. And then you're certified with Meridian Valley Labs to be able to do the type of testings that they offer.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing this. And if you are just tuning in, I want to remind you that we're here talking to our friend and owner of Elements of Wellness, board certified hormonal coach, board certified drugless practitioner. And I also want to find out more about this book you wrote. I don't know if I'm going off topic, or do you want to continue about the work you're doing? But I want
No,
to know about the
totally.
book
We'll jump.
too.
We'll jump. We can totally jump.
It's exciting.
Yeah, so the book that I'm part of is an anthology, and it was pioneered by Megan Dirks, and it was all about honoring the woman that you were before you got here. Whether it be addiction, whether it be abuse, whether it be injury or diagnosis, she got 22 different authors together, myself included, and we created The Girl on the Left.
Okay.
Because all too often we look back at life and we look back with regret or shoulda,
Mhm.
coulda, wouldas, and
Always. Yep.
we criticize ourselves and we wish we could have been better and we blame ourselves for our parenting. But nobody sets out to mess up their life. Nobody sets out to abuse their spouse. Nobody sets out to undergo certain diagnoses or injuries. So it's all about honoring who we were and looking how strong that woman was in order to get us here. So it is a celebration of who we were and also an acknowledgement that we are all the girl on the left.
Yep.
It doesn't matter where you come from or who you are. You can all be the girl on the left and continue to move forward because she got you here. You're
Wow.
still breathing, you're still living, and without her, you wouldn't be where you are today.
Amazing. Wow. And where can we get a copy of this book, by the way?
So you can go to girlontheleft.com or you can go to my website, elementsofwellness.org. And in my shop, there is a book, the book in there. And right now I have it on sale cheaper than what you can get it on at Amazon or the Girl on the Left website. So that's where you can get it. There's lots of options. And we made bestseller lists in Canada and the US in multiple categories in the first month that we were published. And we have secured lifetime publishing. So more series are going to come, more events are going to come. And each chapter is correlated with its own podcast. So if you go to the
I
Girl
saw
on the Left
that. Hmm.
podcast, you'll get to know a lot of the authors and their backstories.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, there's still so much more to talk about of all you provide. And I know there's some great client testimonials that I saw. So let me just mention, can I just pull up one? I know we can't watch them, but someone named Valissa.
Oh,
Says
Melissa.
working with Jodi is incredible. These are not overnight fixes, and working with her does require commitment. I have worked for her digital hybrid programs with them, virtual programs, and in person. She's seriously been a rock for me through this process. Even when we do not have anything scheduled or when I am not actively in a program, I can message her and I perceive as huge mountains that, she helps me find an easy solution for. She helped lower my anxiety, get my nutrition on track, declutter my life, and prioritize what is important. And she says she's still a work in progress. Change doesn't happen overnight. And Jodi has helped me set the foundations that I need to create the life that I want. And Melissa also struggles with chronic pain from a work injury, something you can empathize with. And she said receiving her signature hands-on treatment combined with her Pilates program is a whole different level. You understand pain, understand how the body communicates, what it needs to heal, and with so many previous negative experiences with different types of healthcare providers, she highly recommends you and all that you bring to the table. So I find that powerful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. She's a rock star. She is amazing. She's still following me. Like it's been 7.5 years since my collision that she came into my orbit, and she was one of my very first clients. So she still searches me out. She still comes to see me. She is one of those handful of clients that will refuse to have anybody else work on her. And then when when she says that she reaches out to me when even if she's not working with me, I tell all of my clients, it doesn't matter whether you're involved in a program. It doesn't matter whether you're not. I am your coach. I'm your coach for life. So whether you only take advantage of my free trainings that I offer, or if you hire me to work with you one-on-one, it doesn't matter. I am your coach, and you can reach out to me at any time.
Beautiful. All right. What else did you want to share for today? And, obviously about how you're helping people. I would love to hear some more client stories, but there's still maybe more that you want to explain about the type of work that you're able to do to help people.
Um, I want to share about Julie's story actually, because
Sure.
she is a great testament. She last year, I've known her for 20 years. Her mom was my first boss, and she finally decided to trust me last year and go, okay, Jodi, what do you got? Because I'm down to 5 foods that I can eat. When I go outside, I swell 3 times my size. My skin is crying because of the swelling. My eyes swell shut. I can't enjoy like going out camping because that's what we Canadians love doing. Um, and my quality of life is miserable. I can't even go outside for a walk without my tendonitis flaring up and me having to be bedridden for 3 days. And I said, girl, I got you. I got you. And I was so honored because typically when friends and family decide to work with you, that is a huge privilege. And within 1 year, we took her from being borderline diabetic to normal. We took her from borderline liver disease to the best liver panel that she has had in over 15 years. We took her from being borderline cardiac disease to the best panel that she has been in 10 years.
Wow.
She's lost 30 pounds in the year and is keeping it off. And she can go camping with her family and sit around that campfire and not be severely affected. And she's walking an hour a day plus doing restorative yoga without the tendonitis flare-ups. So it's not just about hormones, it is about quality of life. And she's up to 50 different foods that she can have. So sometimes it's just finding the right combination for you because there's so many different combinations out there, so many gurus citing all the experts. But is it the right combination for you? And that's what testing, not guessing, does. And that's what my DNA testing as well does, and future allergy and sensitivity testing.
Wow. Wow. That's exciting. It's a
Yeah.
lot that you continue to do. And by the way, you're working with just women or with men as well?
I will work with men for the nutritional and the hormonal testing. However, I won't put them through a 90-day or 1 year program.
Uh-huh.
Just because I'm not a man, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
So, and my wheelhouse is women. So definitely when we're talking about fertility or postmenopause or postpartum, definitely I want to test the men as well to make sure that they're the best that they can be. But then after that, I want to work with the women. I understand them. I am one.
I hear you. I get it. I get it. All right. Awesome. Awesome. And obviously, there's to the work you do. Are you able to work with people all over the world? Just didn't know if it's limited to Canada or just curious how it works to work with you.
Yeah, so I'm North American based. So whether you're in the States or whether you're in Canada, everything that I do is online. So if we have a coaching call, we have a Zoom link. I mail the kits out to you. You do them at home. It's prepaid shipping. You ship them off to the lab. I get the results. And then when they come in, we have a session and we discuss those results and we discuss action plans and we start formulating a plan for you specifically versus just cookie cutter style. So right now we're North America based. I am trying to be able to get my urine analysis and my DNA into the UK and Australia, but time will tell whether the companies will allow that.
And tell me specifically about what are the key things you are finding with the urinary analysis for someone out there who may be interested?
Yeah, so adrenals. Adrenals are key in hormonal balance, and in Western medicine, doctors are not trained to test them.
I'm not even sure what adrenal. I know adrenal glands. I don't know what that is. Would you mind? So there might be someone else who says, "Wait, what are adrenals? Tell us, tell
Yeah,
us."
so adrenals is our stress response. That
Oh,
is how
okay.
we
Mm-hmm.
have stress reserves and how we cope.
Mm-hmm.
It is part of our endocrine system, which is our hormonal base. If our adrenals are not working correctly, Our thyroid will be out because adrenals control thyroid, and doctors are not trained this way. They are trained to treat the thyroid as the master gland. But I know 80% of my clients who have thyroid issues, and Julie is one of them, when we correct the adrenals, the thyroid starts self-correcting. So if you've been on
Okay.
Synthroid, if you've been on medications, there is a chance that we can actually get you off. And once we get you some stress response reserves and we get those adrenals working, then the liver can start working. Then the estrogens and the progesterone and the testosterone can start balancing out. Then the colon is like, okay, I can function, right? But we have to take care of the adrenal glands first and foremost.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And also, I've been perusing. You also are a public speaker too. You're out there, yeah, with this, right? And giving back. Could you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I do public speaking podcasts, obviously, and this month I'm going to Toronto. I'm going to be at the Leader Womenship conference there. So I'm going to be presenting there, and I'm going to have a little kiosk and all of the things with all of my resources at your disposal. And then I get to go to Banff, which is the Rocky Mountains in Canada, and go to a yoga retreat and speak and present there about how everything is tied together. We can do all of the somatics, we can do all of the breath work, the sound baths, the meditation. And I'm a Karuna Reiki master, so I believe in all of
Wow,
that.
wow, wow, wow. I didn't even know that. That wasn't even in your notes. Tell me. Wait, wait, wait. Oh my gosh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so like the energy work, the feel good,
Yeah.
I my somatic emotion release level 1 with Upledger Institute. And I believe in all of that because our issues do get stuck in our tissues. But if we don't have that cellular piece, if we don't have that cellular health and we're giving ourselves what they need, we can do all the feel good things that we want, and we're gonna hit that glass ceiling time and time again. So it's not about just taking the supplements. It's not about just changing your life. It's not about doing this self-love or self-care. We need all of that, but it's also cellular health. Because if we can't fix our hormones, if we can't fix the brain, like how many women have hormonal dysfunction? How many women have spousal betrayal? How many parents out there have lost a child? And if we don't give the body what it needs to heal on a cellular basis, we can do all the personal growth we want. We're not going to receive the life that we deserve.
Oh, wow. So true. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me ask, when talking about the strips and all, doing that, how long of a process is it if you mail it like to someone's home? And then what is the process to continue to work with you to go over all those things? And I know you also mentioned you want to talk about some supplements as well.
Yeah, so the process is everybody knows how to pee in a cup. So you pee in a cup,
Easy.
you get some test strips and you follow the instructions for the test strips. You do it to a T, then you just send it back to the lab, prepaid shipping and everything. The DNA testing that I do only tests the genes that can be activated. We do not test the genes that cannot be activated because what's the point?
Yeah.
And then with those results, we can create a custom supplement made for you that also adds that DNA activation so that you can actually absorb the nutrition that you are getting versus it just floating willy-nilly in your blood serum and not getting into the cell where it belongs,
Ooh, didn't know this.
right?
Yeah. And then the coaching process that continues with, working with you to change somebody's body in a sense, right?
Mhm.
And is it helping them also with like anxiety, with stress, I'm sure? And what are some of the key factors that you work with clients on?
Well, one of the things we talked about adrenals, those are everything. So with anxiety and stress, one thing is power nights. A lot of coaches talk about power mornings. I teach power nights because if we are not able to have a successful power night where we are resting effectively and we are sleeping, then how are we going to have a successful power morning? And then we're going to be raising our cortisol and cortisone levels, which then put us into fight or flight mode for the rest of the day. So lots of, this is controversial,
Okay. Yeah.
right? Lots of coaches like power mornings, power mornings. I'm like, yes, they have benefit, absolutely, but we have to have the power nights and we have to set you up to be able to rest and turn off because our body heals at night. It does not heal during the day. Um, so that is one key thing that I start teaching clients right away when they tell me their sleep.
Oh, let's talk about sleep. Yeah. How many hours should we be sleeping, by the way?
It actually really depends. Women actually need about an hour more than men. So when we say we're tired, we are really tired. And
Yep.
then it depends on your genetics. And this is why I love doing the genetic testing, because based on those, it can say that you require even more sleep. You require at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep. So, looking at those genes is really important for the individual because if they're like, I can go off of 4 hours of sleep, and their genes come back saying, no, you actually need 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Oh, we need to work on that. And that's validated when I get their urine results and I see their 4-point cortisol levels, which is circadian rhythm as well, and they're not sleeping and they're spiking all at the wrong times. And that means their body's not healing.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I just feel like I just got tired thinking about that because I sleep, but I get up every like 2 hours or hour. It just doesn't feel right. We need to have a steady amount of sleep though, right? In order to function our
Well,
body.
and
Like,
what you're describing automatically, I'm like estrogen dominance. When we get into estrogen dominance, we don't sleep. We are really tired, but we can't sleep. Or
okay.
I want to know your melatonin levels because if you were like me, when I first did
Oh,
my test, I was at a 2 and normal levels are 17 to 84. So I don't make melatonin. So my body really needed support to get that sleep and learn how to sleep. And then looking at my estrogen, again, that can affect it, right? So as men age, they have to get up, they like wake up, go pee, and like their everything is out of whack. That's an estrogen.
oh.
So that's one thing that like those are key things that pique my interest. And like, I want to see your results. Let me get my hands on you.
Oh my goodness. Got it. All right. Well, we unfortunately are just about out of time for today's show. It's been a pleasure getting to know you and all that elements of wellness can bring. So, Jodi Harty, tell us one more time how you can contact us, please.
Yeah, you can email me at Jodi, Jodi, dot elementsofwellness@gmail.com and I will respond to you. I'm also on Facebook. If you find Jodi Harty with an I, and I'm the one in the red dress, because there's two of us and she's my sister-in-law. Um,
Oh, awesome. Okay.
so yeah, find the one in the red dress, message me on Messenger, and I will get back to you ASAP.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Looking forward to speaking with you. And hopefully we'll do that again soon. And
Thank
hopefully enjoy the rest of your day. And are we connected again next week?
Couple of weeks. In a
All
couple
right,
of weeks, I'm
perfect.
back.
Yeah, and if you want to bring on a guest or someone that's worked with you, that'd be great. I mean, it's always there. You don't have to, but it's always welcome to hear more about, working with
Oh,
you
I
one
didn't
on
know
one.
that.
Of course,
Okay.
just an idea, but not necessary.
Okay.
Great talking to you, okay? And have a great day, hun.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.